Guten Tag, mes amis, wie geht's? C'est moi, Dieter. Ich bin Dieter. So I have to thank my American friends, and the three I know by their, if you want to say, stage names, are Tuba Dillon, Gunnery Sergeant Retired, and Scrambler Dude. See, they are Americans. They're good Americans. They set me straight on this. So if you really, really, really want to become a rock star, see, you have to have iconic guitars. See, maybe this is Dito's problem. He started with an LGXT that he thinks is the best guitar in the world, and he just got shot all over for that. So you have to have something that looks like a Tele and something that looks... I always make him something that looks like a Strat and something that looks like a Telecaster. Stratocaster, Telecaster. I always confuse the two. So anyway, this is how my American friends can now turn off, because this isn't about you. This is for Canadians only, how to become a Canadian rock star. First of all, don't listen to Nickelback, because I don't know how anyone can make 4 or 5, how many albums do they have out? 6 albums of the same song. I would think it would get boring after a while. That's just Tito's opinion. So Canadian rock star, you should have sunglasses, but just glasses are okay. And don't wear a cowboy style hat, because we're Canadian. So wear a mafia style hat, right? Because, you know, we have the mafia here too, right? Or did. Yeah, but really, remember, they don't exist. So anyway, this is how to become a Canadian rock star. Make sure you get something that looks like a Stratocaster and a Telecaster, and a big Marshall stack amp or Fender stack amp. Those are the only two that are acceptable. And you have to develop an American accent or an English accent, because the English, the British, and the Americans really are the founders of rock and roll. More the Americans, the founders of rock and roll, and the British, the pop invasion. So if you want to be a pop/rock star, talk with an affected English accent, and or talk with an affected American accent. Either one will do you well. And the other thing is to dress well. I think if you want to be a rock star, you should dress well, and it's very important, especially if you're Canadian, to move to the United States. You see, you can't really. It doesn't really wash claiming refugee status if you're from Canada. That they might not accept that at U.S. immigration, but I think it's still okay if you marry an American. So all you budding Canadian wannabe rock stars, if you really, really, really want to be a rock star, head south, turn in your Nickelback albums, and maybe you'll get more than a Nickelback from them, and get an accent, and marry an American, and get 2 guitars. And if you're gonna play an acoustic guitar, it has to be a Martin. I mean, it just has to be, right? There is no other guitar than these 3 guitars to be a rock star, right? A Fender, a Fender Stratocaster, a Fender Telecaster, or Gibson Les Paul is also acceptable. So you can also go with a Gibson Les Paul and a Martin D18 or D747 or D947. Anyway, I think all the Martins from the D1 to the D949 are the same guitar anyway. But what do I know? I'm just a Canadian, eh? So anyway, that's my advice, how to really, really, really become a Canadian rock star. So hope that helps. And as my American friend said, practice or talent really isn't it really isn't necessary. It's marketing, and influencing, I guess, now is what they call it. Wiedersehen, mes amis. Keep plucking.